The nightmare of every cyclist is the prospect of getting hit by a car. And on a traditional bicycle or a recumbent bicycle or tricycle, there's nothing between you and the car except the air molecules, and they don't help much. But have you ever wondered what happens when you get hit by a car while driving a velomobile? Yeah, I've wondered that, but not in a way that made me want to actually be in an accident to find out. Unfortunately, that's not how it always works out. So in today's video, we're going to find out what happens when a velomobilist gets creamed by a car. So if you're somebody who would find such an incident somewhat traumatizing, this would be where you want to click the pause button and close the web browser and walk away, because we're going to take a look at a video. So as a Velomobile ambassador, one of my jobs is to give test rides, and I am here with a novice velonaut you can see following behind me, and I specifically said I am going to take you on the best streets that I can think of with a designated bike lane and hardly any traffic at all, because normally there is hardly any traffic at all on this street. I can usually count on one finger the number of cars I see. This is the first one I saw today, and that's how it went. So let's see this again from an ever so slightly different angle. At this point, he's kind of buried behind the snowbanks, but at this point, yes, both of us have a clear view, and for some reason I did not see him coming. I've gone back and checked the footage to see exactly how long, and it was under a second that it took him to cross the street. On the other side of the street, I will show in a moment photograph, but here it is at a quarter of the speed. You can see at the crosswalk he should have been able to see me. However, he has stop signs, 2 of them. In the median that you can see there in the video, there is a stop sign, and there is also a stop sign well above the snowbanks on the right side of the road. So it's not like he didn't have an opportunity to actually see a stop sign and stop. And that, folks, is what happens when a car runs a stop sign and plows into a cyclist. First, I have to say the Quest did a fantastic job of protecting me. I could have been substantially more seriously injured other than the injuries that I have. I'm functional. I can still go to work and mostly sleep at night, and I will recover. Some people don't. Some people like Air Moose, and I think Devin Skelton's another one, that were killed by drivers that did not drive safely. And you wonder why I complain about the behavior of drivers. Well, this is why. This is what happens when people just aren't paying attention. I don't know where this guy's head was. He said he was on the way to the blood bank that was just down the road. But it just goes to show how that split second of inattention can change someone's life negatively. And so when I highlight drivers in my videos that are behaving in that way, that's why. It's because this can happen. And I got lucky this time, but that doesn't mean that the next time me or another rider is going to be this lucky. You think, is there something that I could have done? And as I review the video footage more extensively, there's nothing I could have done. No amount of high visibility coloring, no matter how bright the lights are on the front of the Velomobile, when a driver runs a stop sign or does something like this, you can't avoid it. You can't stop in time. You can't react quickly enough. And in this case, my view of him was probably partly blocked by the snowbanks, and you can say, well, just don't ride in the winter. Well, when am I supposed to ride? Only when it's summer? Only when the roads are dry? Velomobile is my main way of getting around, or at least it was until I got plowed into. Now I'm a little bit more hesitant to go out and ride for obvious reasons. Because, you know, if you can't be safe in a designated bike lane on a low traffic street, where can you be safe, right? So, yeah, I'm sure there are some of you out there that are sitting there thinking, oh, well, if he'd just done this or done that or something. Save your comments. Until you've been in that situation, you don't know what it is to have less than a second to react to a car like that. And there are so many things that we as riders have to pay attention to on the road. When you're coming to an intersection like that, you've got to look left, you've got to look right, you've got to look straight ahead, you've got to look behind you. Is you know, some driver riding your backside? You can't pay attention to every single thing around you when you're riding. You've got to you've got to ride, you know? So folks, this is why when we get in a car, we have to be careful. We've got to pay attention all the time. We've got to follow the rules of the road. Pay attention to the speed limit. Pay attention to the traffic signals. Be aware of what's going on around you, because as a car driver, you have the potential at any point in time through your inattention to end somebody's life or drastically alter it. And in this case, thank goodness I'm going to be okay in the end. Not everybody is. So, sorry this isn't the most exciting video that you'll ever watch, and it leaves you with all those good fuzzies that I try to give at the end of the videos, but I think this is an important PSA. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and be a safe driver and a safe bike rider.